Why, hello there, old sports. Before we begin the video, I would like to explain some things about this video. First of all, I am not the biggest fan of Sharpshadow, the charm. Now, the thing about that is, I'm not saying it's bad, because it's not bad. I'm just bad at using it. I have a skill issue. It feels like no matter how much I practice, the extended dash length always messes with me and causes me to overshoot or fall into spikes or hit an enemy, etc, etc. Now the other thing is, since we're only using Sharpshadow, that means we're going to have to not only start with the dash, but with the Shade Cloak. So that opens up some doors that are unintended. So can you beat Hollow Knight with only Shadow Dash? No, because you have to beat like 3 bosses to get to it in the first place. So, but we're not doing it like that. We're just going to try to beat it starting with Sharpshadow. So, yeah. Now to start the challenge, we're immediately going to rush to the fungal wastes, because again, we already have dash, so we can get there. There's no need to go all the way around the crossroads right now. And we're going to try to get the charm notch from the 2 Shroomal Ogres. Now the thing is, with our current setup, we're just doing damage really slowly, because Sharpshadow does your base nail, or not your base nail damage, Sharpshadow does your nail damage as you dash through the enemy. So every time you do that is like you're swinging the nail once. And it takes some time for the Shade Cloak to refresh, so it can be annoying, but it's very much possible right now, so that's all that matters. So the Shroomal Ogres are annoying because they keep backing up into the wall, so it's hard to get space where you can comfortably dash through them without hitting them or the wall. But I kill them and get my Charm Notch, which will be helpful later. Next up, I rush down to get the Dash Master charm because it makes my dash faster, obviously, and it has a synergy with Sharpshadow, which makes your attacks do 1.5 times damage. So that's basically just a early, like, strength charm almost. It's a little weaker than strength, but having that and strength can get our damage pretty high. But sometimes they don't stack correctly, and you need to die to get them to math correctly, is what I noticed throughout the challenge. But that doesn't really matter. And then after getting Sharpshadow, I obviously go get Mantis Claw and then Skedaddle, because I'm not ready to fight the Mantis Lords yet, because I would get my ass whooped. Am I allowed to swear yet? I don't know. I'm gonna keep that in. And by that, I mean I'm going to censor it, because I don't know. Yeah. Now that I have the bare bones movement abilities, I retreat to Queen's Station and grab the Mask Shard before going back to the Crossroads to grab the Mask Shard from Brooding Moloch. Then I go grab another Mask Shard from that, like, Gome area. Then I go grab, I don't grab the Gruzmother, I just beat her, I slash her to death. How do you attack with the Sharpshadow? I shadow her to death, that sounds weird. And then I go rescue Sly. Then I go get another Mask Shard from the Grubfather after rescuing some grubs. Now that I have a 6th mask, I decide to go fight False Knight, and False Knight is still a pushover. He's still easy, he's still False Knight. So the thing about False Knight is that I was a bit worried that my Shadow Dash wasn't going to be long enough to get through his hitbox without, like, clipping, or I was worried that even if I, like, dashed as close to him as I could, when the invincibility ended, I would be in his hitbox still, so I would take damage, but luckily that, it's just long enough to where you can clear his whole hitbox without getting hurt at all. You just need to be a little bit careful, and you also need to be careful about when his mask is open, that you're not, like, you don't end the Shadow Dash on his hitbox still, because when he gets up, he will hit you if you're not careful, but yeah. I get the City Crest and the money, because I don't think I'm doing any shade skips, for obvious reasons, because that would not be Sharpshadow related. After that, I go back to the Queen's Station, and then go up Fog Canyons to get to Green Path without having to get past the Elder Balder, because those guys are always annoying to these challenges. For no reason. And then I decide to hold off on fighting the Massive Moss Charger because I feel like its hitbox is actually too long for me to not to dash through. So I go and find out that Zote is dead, so I have mixed feelings about that. And then I fight Hornet, and I think since I saw her in the Fungal Waste, the game is kind of screwy. So the camera doesn't focus on the arena, and it's kind of nauseating to watch, actually, or it felt nauseating to play. I don't know if it's as bad to watch. But then after that, the cloak obviously doesn't drop because it's not there, because I have it. So I just quit out and, well, you know, just move on. It's Hornet. It was a pretty easy fight, but that's what Hornet 2 is for. After that, I head to the city and upgrade my nail, and again, it takes a bit for it to actually register that I upgraded my nail and and Dash Master's 1.5 bonus to work together. It's weird. I think it only refreshes when I die or reload the game. Anyways, after that, I sell all my stuff to Lem, and then just basically speed up to the city storeroom stag so I can go back to Dirtmouth and buy some stuff from Sly, including the lantern. Next up is the Crystal Peak, we can go to the Crystal Peaks now that we have the lantern, because I didn't want to go get dive, because I was trying to see if I could do this without grabbing any of the spells. Which, you can beat the game without getting any of the spells normally, I'm pretty sure, but anyways. Now that I have the lantern, I go to the Crystal Peaks and kind of just rush through there. I get the Shopkeeper's Key, and then I fight the Crystal Guardian, and the Crystal Guardian was a way closer fight than it should have been, because it's just wait for him to do the horizontal laser, dash through him, wait for him to do the horizontal laser, dash through him, repeat, repeat, repeat until he's dead, but I was getting a bit cocky and I almost died, so that was a bit silly on my end. I was being a little silly goose there. After I killed him and I rested at the bench, I decided, hey, I should try to see if I can get the pale ore at the top of Hallinest's crown. And then halfway through I realized that, wait, the only way to do it without wings requires you to pogo on enemies, and again, I can't pogo on enemies, because that's not Sharpshadow related. So I go back down, and then I go get the Crystal Heart, and then I rescue a few grubs on the way. And then I go down through the mechanical, like, stompy things, the pressers. I go by them, and then I go down to the resting grounds through the hole in the... not the hole, the chasm on the way to the mound where you get Descending Dark. After going to the resting grounds and grabbing the Dream Nail, I get Grimmchild, open the Stag Station, and then get the Dream Tree outside of Seer's room and then go kill Zero. And this is mostly just because I want the pale ore that Seer gives you after you gain 300 essence, because any damage boost we can get at any point is going to be helpful. And that pale ore is probably one of the easier ones to get in the game. It's not too out of the way. All you have to do is kill a few dream ghosts, or go gather a few dream trees, and then you'll have enough to get that pale ore, and then you can just ignore essence from then on. So, yeah. Zero himself isn't that complicated. You just need to make sure to not dash into his swords, and that you just need to wait till he kind of glides low enough to where you can go through him without hurting yourself. And then when it's a good opportunity to get some damage in when he decides to summon his other swords, because he just stands there like a dumbass for a few seconds, so take advantage of that and just wail on him. But yeah, Zero's a pushover. No one is expecting Zero to put up a fight. It's Zero. After killing Zero, I wrap back around to Salubra's place and then enter the Blue Lake through that entrance to open the shortcut from the city to the resting grounds. So I go down to the eastern part of the City of Tears, I go free a few grubs, then I go kill the Gorgeous Husk, which is just there because money, and then I go sell whatever relics I have left to Lem before heading down into the Ancient Basin. After unlocking a bench in the Ancient Basin, I then go decide to get the pale ore from that little Malark area down by where you rescue Cloth, and then I go get my ass kicked by Broken Vessel for like 20 minutes because I just don't know when to quit. He just keeps backdashing into me, so I keep taking random hits of damage, and then I just realize, okay, I don't have the damage output to take care of him fast enough right now, so I'm gonna go upgrade my nail with that pale ore I just got. After upgrading my nail yet again, I then decide to take a detour into the Royal Waterways for some reason. I don't know why. This is my least favorite area, and I think I came here for a mask shard, and so I had the shortcut to... oh yeah, I go through, get the mask shard here, get the grub here, or get one of the grubs here, then just basically rush my way to the little balloon guy arena. I think they're called Harumphs or something like that. I don't know why I'm saying that. I could just look it up, but I don't feel like doing that right now because I have better things to do, like edit a Hollow Knight YouTube video. Anyways, after defeating the balloon guys, I open up a shortcut to the Fungal Waste and I go rescue Bretta, because then I can get yet another mask shard, because I need more health. Now that I have my upgraded nail, I go get a Grub Song and some more Charm Notches so I can have Grub Song on, and then I go try to refight Broken Vessel, because now that I can take damage, and for every 3 hits I take, I can heal 1 mask back. That gives me a little more survivability for now. So I managed to defeat Broken Vessel and get the Monarch Wings, and I only get the Monarch Wings mostly because I thought, oh, well, what if there's an enemy that's up high that I need to fight, and I just need to, like, jump up to hit them or something? I don't know. I was just trying to think ahead. I was trying to be too big brain, and I wrapped around to being stupid. Next up, I decide it's finally time to start whacking away at the Dreamers, starting with Lurien, like always, because no one likes Lurien. He's kind of just there, because 3 is a better number than 2. Anyway, sorry to the 3 Lurien fans out there. The Watcher Knights are pretty easy. I think they only take 9 or 10 dashes to kill, which is pretty surprising, because I guess I was just used to being like, oh yeah, with Grimmchild you have to take 20 hits to kill one of them. But no, this was actually pretty easy, so what you do is you just try to bait them into slashing at you, then you dash through them, then you wait for them to turn around, try to slash at you, dash through them, rinse and repeat, and when they also dash at you, or when they like roll at you, that's a good time to dash through them too, because you're always going to go through them. Sometimes the bouncy attacks are annoying, but the bouncy attacks are always annoying, so that doesn't really change much, or nothing is really changed. What I'm trying to say is this fight is easy, Sharpshadow or not. Honestly, I would suggest using Sharpshadow for this fight. It's actually pretty helpful. With one Dreamer down, I return to the forgotten, now infected Crossroads to fight Failed Champion, because killing him will put me over the essence I need to get the Pale Ore from Seer, so I can upgrade my Nail again if I can get one more, so that will be helpful, because I'm not going to get Pure Nail for obvious reasons. That would just take too much time, and it wouldn't be worth it just for what I'm trying to do. So I'm just going to go with the Coiled Nail, because that will be good enough. Sorry, after killing Failed Champion and his brothers, I guess, the Maggots, because I dashed through them on my way to killing it. Sorry, I need to shut up. Anyways, next up is Umu, after I get another Charm Notch in the Fog Canyon. Now that I have wings and dash, or Crystal Dash, I can get around the Fog Canyon pretty easily, even without Ismus Tier. Then after that, I go fight Umu, actually. And Umu is pretty easy, because again, you just dodge around, and then you get 2 hits on him per cycle. But it's just tedious, I guess, but not as tedious as with Grimmchild, so hey, at least there's that. Then after that, you know, you just go fight Monomon. You don't fight Monomon, you kill her in her sleep, but she was technically asking for it. She was the one who was all like, the seals must break, yada yada yada. I'm the good guy here. I'm the person doing the great thing here, even if that involves killing 3 people in their sleep. I probably shouldn't have me saying that on the internet. After that, I head to Deep Nest and fight Nosk, because he's guarding one of the Pale Ores that I need, or the last Pale Ore I need to upgrade my Nail. And the thing about Nosk, okay, I'm just gonna rant about Nosk a bit, because the build-up for Nosk is spectacular, fantastic, amazing build-up, and then the fight is just kind of mid. It's just kind of fine. It's there, I guess. I feel like the music is amazing. I like its sprite. I like its I like its design. I just think its mechanics are kind of crummy, and I hate the ceiling attack it does, where it jumps into the ceiling and kind of just skitters around for a bit, and you can't even damage it. It's like, come on, you're the one good. You're the one boss in Deep Nest. Like, at least do something better. At least like put up more of a fight or something. Like, if they, I don't know. It's just. Nosk just so much missed potential, and then Wing Nosk, it looked like we were gonna get something cool, but Wing Nosk is just Vengefly King, and Nosk had a baby, I don't know. Oh yeah, also for all the people who complained I didn't show Hera last time, or when I did the Grimmchild challenge, here's 30 whole frames of Hera footage. After upgrading my Nail one last time, I decide now is finally the time to fight the Hollow Knight. Well, I don't know why I said finally, it's just time to fight the Hollow Knight now, because I killed all the Dreamers. But what if I didn't? What if we skip the whole Hollow Knight, fight Hollow Knight, end the video, I'll do a part 2 thing, and just do part 2 right now? That's what I'm doing, if you didn't pick up on that's what I'm doing. My new plan of action is to go around collecting as much charms and essence as I can. Charms so I can buy more charm notches for Salubra so I can eventually equip Dash Master, Sharpshadow, I can't say English, Strength, and then Hive Blood, so I can heal, because I'm not getting any soul when I hit things with Sharpshadow, so, yeah. That's my plan right now, so I need as many charm notches as I can get my hands on, physically, like, I need the max amount of charm notches. So, while I do that, I'm also going around killing any Essence Ghosts, or Dream Warriors where I can. The first one I fight is Elder Hu, and he's kind of annoying because, well, usually the way I dodge him is by shadow dashing through his pancake things, but you can't do that if your shadow dash is on cooldown because you were just hitting him, so you have to be careful with when you shadow dash, so strategy. After remembering the Elder, I go through the Fungal Core to get the Mask Shard, and then go to the tram station, or the failed tramway in Deep Nest, get the tram pass, then go to the Hive, where I fight Hive Knight. And Hive Knight is really easy, because most of his attacks involve him, like, rushing at you, so you can just dash through him and be completely fine. So, it's slow and kind of tedious, but it's very much possible, and it's not that difficult. So Hive Knight is pretty easy, and he's definitely worth the tedium to get Hive Blood, which is going to be a really helpful charm later if I can end up actually using it, you know. So, thank you, Hive Knight, for being kind of a pushover. Then after Hive Knight, while I'm in Kingdom's Edge, I decide to go fight Markoth, and Markoth is really annoying because you end up dashing through him into his shield, especially when he has the 2 shields. That's when it gets really stupid. but thankfully I was able to finish him off. The thing is, you try to wait until the shield will be rotated, or it's hard to describe. You need to try to do it so the shield is rotating at you, then you dash through him, so that means the shield isn't on the other side of him where you're going to end your dash and thus end your invincibility frame. So that's when you want to dash at him, and then just try to keep dodging the sword. It's not too difficult, it's just really annoying because it's Markoth. Who likes Markoth? This boss is terrible! He's not that bad, he's just... I guess it's just, you get used to hating him when you keep having to fight him with ridiculous conditions on. After beating Markoth, I go fight Hornet 2 for the King's Brand, and I beat her pretty easily because she's just Hornet 1 but faster, and I have the same I have Shadow Dash. It's pretty... lots of her attacks can just be pretty easily cheesed with Shadow Dash, so yeah. After that, I then go fight in the Coliseum for the Charm Notch. And the thing about the Coliseum is I recommend using Dream Wielder, why am I recommending anything? You guys aren't going to do this. No, but I recommend using Dream Wielder, I guess, if you want to try this, because then you can Dream Nail the enemies, get soul, heal up, while you're dashing through them over and over. So that's my Puppet Wraith tip for you, if you care at all. So, the sharp boulders are the most annoying enemies, just because they group up a lot, and then you don't know when they're going to start or stop rolling as often, so those guys can be annoying, but it's fine. Next up is Queen's Gardens. I am now done with Queen's Gardens. Jokes aside, the most interesting thing about the Queen's Gardens was the flying enemies, because they were annoying and I had to keep jumping up to try to dash at them and I missed. Anyways, after that, I go kill Gorb, and then I go kill No Eyes, and then get the Mask Shard behind her because I want that essence, so I can upgrade my Dream Nail, so I can get the other half of the King Soul, so I can fight the sun. Ah! I did the sound effect that time myself, see? I'm a good editor. Not editor, I'm a good video maker person. Yippee! To be sincere for a moment, I would like to thank everyone who has just joined the channel after the Grimm videos, or the Grimmchild Grimmathy videos. I'm very thankful for all the support, even though nothing I make is probably going to get that much attention again. I like doing this, and it's fun, so I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to try to keep getting better. Hopefully my editing gets better as time goes on, because that's the thing I kind of worry about. Because I think the other stuff is okay, but I just worry the editing isn't good enough. Anyways, moving on. After a quick evil ritual and a not-so-quick fetch quest, I fight Grimm for the last Charm Notch, because Grimm is the guard guy who gives you the last Charm Notch. I don't know why I'm talking about this, you guys know this. Pro tip, don't try to do the Grimm Troop side quest without a map. That's really annoying. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I could have just looked up a guide online on where all the flames were, because I know the map well enough in my head. But I was trying to do it off on... Okay, pro tip version 2. Don't try to do the Grimm Troop side quest from memory. You will get confused, probably, unless you've played this game more than I have, so... well, I mean, that's not that hard of a breed. I've only played the game for about 1,000 hours. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, Grimm is actually a really fun fight to do with only Sharpshadow. The only thing that's annoying is the pufferfish attack, but that's just because I'm bad at it, so... Yeah. And the fire bats, also, he tends to teleport away since you're dashing behind him, so that can be annoying, but other than that, it's a really fun fight to do with Shadow Dash only. Also, afterwards, I go awaken the Dream Nail, so, yay. Now that we have the Void Heart, it's time to take on the final battle, that being the back-to-back boss battle with the Hollow Knight and the Radiance. The Hollow Knight isn't very difficult, considering most of the time you can just dash through it as it dashes or, like, does its triple slash at you, because it's moving towards you, so if you dash through it, you'll be much safer than if you were just trying to do it before it moves, I guess. Because sometimes if you're doing it while it's standing still, it will or it will, like, leap backwards and hit you as, like, you're ending your invincibility frames. I also found out that when it does its parry move, Sharpshadow can activate the parry, so that's kind of funny. But again, usually if you're dashing through him, the parry won't do anything, it will just miss you. The other annoying thing is the Goop Blast attack, because sometimes you have to use your Shadow Dash to dodge the Goop instead of actually damaging the Hollow Knight, but that's a minor inconvenience at worst. Now, at first I ran into a problem with the Radiance, that being the sword rain attack, because if I dash horizontally, I'm gonna get hit by the sword, so that's not good, and when she phase transitions, she only uses the sword rain attack. But thankfully, the bane of every speedrunner came to my rescue, Dashmaster's down dash, because since you can dodge vertically, that means you can dodge the swords and still damage her, thus making the transition phase between the floor and platform phase possible. So thank you, Dashmaster. And then after that, the platform phase is pretty easy, because all you need to do is just make sure your Shadow Dash is on, or it's on lock if you need to dash through the wall of light. And then other than that, it's just try to stay close to her, don't take damage, be careful, try to lead the orbs into platforms, just very normal Radiance fight stuff. The fight isn't actually as hard as I thought it would be. Ironically, Galeon and Marmu were harder bosses, but that's just because they're really janky and their physics are wonky. So, like, they're not very well put together, so they're very RNG based, I guess, while with the Radiance and Hollow Knight, they're very well put together, so it feels more like a dance, it feels more choreographed, it feels like you're being strategic and, like, dodging here, dodging there, you're, like, weaving in and out of attacks, but that's just my silly little opinion. And then after you finish the climb phase, you actually have to hit the Radiance with your nail. I tried shadow dashing at her, it didn't do anything. So that's the end of this challenge video. Shout out to that one guy who was like doing the Kratos meme where it's like, my life is yours if you make a Shadow Dash video, here you go, I hope you enjoyed the video. I don't remember your username, I just remember that you were like you had the brown ninja profile from Ninjago, so that was a cool little reference I picked up on. If you liked the video, please like the video, I guess. If you want to see more stuff like this, please subscribe and comment what you'd like to see me do next. Yeah, thank you for watching, it really means a lot to me. You all have a good day, no matter where you are. Yeah. Sorry, I'm bad at outros.